Hey there! This is the new 6H V2 update. Today I'm going to answer 10 questions, which are frequently answered questions. Let's jump into the first question.
Will there be a 60H V2 module coming?
Yes, there will be a module again. It will be replacing the 60H Plus module. They will live in parallel for a while. What you can expect from the V2 module is that it will also have a sandwich foam pad inside the box, meaning that you can swap that out for the fiction pad that's already pre-installed with the module. And you can then tray mount install that module into all kinds of cases that have that 60% case compatibility.
Should I buy the 60HE now or wait for the 60H V2?
That depends entirely on you. What the hell? It's a shitty answer maybe to give, but everybody's a bit different. You have your other conditions for wanting or needing to buy it or not. I can tell you though, we're spitting out all the facts out there about what you can expect from this product. There's also an indication for price ranges, and it's up to you to decide if you can wait for it or not, and if that is worth the wait or not. So it's up to you.
Is the 60H V2 module compatible with the GH60 standard?
I don't like to call it the GH60 standard because it is originally from these poker keyboards. I just rather say the 60% tray mount, but I do know what you mean, and that is what I was referring to before. And that is that the friction fit pad does fit with the Optimum case, it fits with the Alumaze, but it also fits with the Tofu, and basically any case that has similar to the same inner dimensions of the case will fit with that friction fit pad. If it doesn't fit, you can swap it out with that foam, still do a tray mount.
Will the original 60HE still be sold?
Yes, but there's a but. It will still be sold when the 60H V2 is available. It will be running in parallel with each other. But of course, we do intend in the long term to keep running with the 60H V2 only. So not to have the 60H Plus running around all this time for all the time.
Can I put the 60H V2 module into my 60H V1 case?
I should be clarifying 60H Plus plastic case. Yes, you can, but you can't do it with the friction fit pad. You would have to remove the friction fit pad or replace it with the foam, and then you can just tray mount it inside the V1 case.
Will there be a plastic case option?
That is a sharp question because we never really touched on any kind of plastic case version. And originally we were planning to only do metal cases with the 60H V2. But from everything that we've learned from the moment that we envisioned this product, and mind you, this kind of stuff takes like a year and a half, to the moment that we're now going to mass production, we have modified that vision a bit. And we do see a place for a plastic version. And we are working on a plastic version, but that's something that I'm gonna touch upon another time when we're gonna share more about the plastic case itself. But the huge benefit of it is going to be that it will clock in at a lower cost, and it will still have those core features of the 60H V2.
Can you swap from a non-split to a split spacebar?
No.
What will the situation be for you?
What the fuck? Go back. This is too fast, man. I need to know more.
We actually started development wanting to make that available and make that possible, but there was always some kind of thing that was obstructing one of the two setups, and then we had to make some kind of weird compromise, and that compromise would affect all the models. One of the examples is that we could have done is have an equal size spacebar on the left as on the right side, and then in the middle have this single button. And it could have created some kind of cross compatibility, but then you had to go with an inferior way of doing the split spacebar way. It took longer to adapt to that layout than it would for the layout that we did now for the split spacebar, and those keycaps would be non-standard. Also not cool. We concluded it's probably better to go with the best option available for this layout, that being the split spacebar layout. And people that are going to get a split spacebar layout are most likely also going to go for it because they're going to stick with it, not because you're gonna be swapping halfway through from one to the other. So if you're going to go for a split spacebar, you're probably not gonna be like, at some point, I'm gonna temporarily be using the full spacebar and then go back to the split spacebar. Does mean that if you go for the split spacebar, you end up not liking it, and you rather have the full spacebar, it's not possible to go back. So that I can completely understand, but I can assure you, the adapting time, the learning curve for the split spacebar is so short that you'll probably and most likely not get that feeling at all.
What will the situation be for US customers with the tariffs?
The tariffs situation between China and the US is changing quite a lot. Right now, we're very thankful to have only what I believe is a 20% tariff at the moment because we're in one of the exclusions for the keyboard specifically, but that might completely change in a couple months from now. and then we don't know what the situation is going to be.
What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want?
So that also means for the prices, we do need to keep into account that there is a tariff. It will impact that price in the US, but I can't tell you exactly what that impact is. But I can tell you the method of the impact is that we look at the tariff costs we need to pay, and we try to tack that on to the pricing 1-1 as much as we can. But we also keep into mind what does the price look like in the future, so we don't need to start changing prices very frequently based on changes in the tariffs. And that really has to do with the stability between those negotiations. So, yeah.
When will the 60HE release? Is there any exact date?
2025 Q4. I'm just reading this here. Reminder doesn't hurt. 2025 Q4 is when we're going to release and deliver the 60H EV2. And we're going to launch the pre-order sales about 30 days before we can start making those deliveries. And I should clarify, when I say deliveries, I mean the moment we can ship it out from the warehouse. So when it actually arrives at your doorstep, it's not the same. It's the moment that we ship it out to you. We're still able to meet that target, but we don't want to give any exact dates until we are more certain. And we are going to give those dates when we launch, and then the launch itself is going to be publicly announced once we have that date. But you can know right now is that we are going into a production for modules first in September, and shortly after we already have the metal case versions and variants, and then after that, we're going to get the plastic versions that we briefly mentioned before, which we're going to share more about in a different update.
Will you offer discounts to those who have supported you previously and purchased an older model that are looking to upgrade?
Yes. Or well, I say yes, but yes, that we actually have a loyalty discount existing in the Wooting Hub that everybody can use right now, ready to get discounts on other products if you purchase another Wooting product after purchasing a keyboard. If we're going to do anything more than that at this point, I don't know for sure just now yet, because we're really working on that campaign launch that we usually do. It's going to be really fun. We're going to do a slightly different style from before. There are going to be perks for that launch. When that time is there, we'll start to share more about it and also include this piece of what you can expect if you are an existing Wooting keyboard user. Well, those were the 10 questions. That was this little short update. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
And of course, if you have any more questions, leave them down in the comments below and we might be able to make a second FAQ. See you guys in the next one. Goodbye.